Hello everyone, welcome to Sakaiura Beach. Had to look over my shoulder to check the sign. You can see there's a bunch of snorkelers and there's a couple of sea kayaks down there exploring the Hinkomaru, which is a shipwreck right there, sticking out of the beautiful emerald green blue water. I still don't know what that color is. The deeper water, that deep blue tone, is called bone-in blue, but this is just beautiful emerald water. We got some sunshine and the water looks so much beautiful when the sun is out. This is Sakaiura Beach, one of the many beaches in Chichi-jima here in Tokyo. And this wreck, hey, they're surveying the area. I'm actually waiting for an island bus. They leave once every like 2 hours, so I thought I'd live stream. It's like, let's kill some time and live stream with you. And down there, I mean, it's just such an amazing view. This is the road. Check it out. So this is just the road that leads into town, and if you just look off of the road, you get this view, which is just incredible. And in the middle of it is the Hinkomaru. Now the Hinkomaru has some pretty interesting history. Why it's here? It wasn't sunk here on purpose. Actually, it was the Hinkomaru was built in I believe it was 1935 and launched in 1936. It was in the invasion of Saipan, and it received received really heavy damage in the invasion of Saipan. So it made its way here. And you know, they took everything out, and I guess they were storing engine parts or something in it. But in 1944, the U.S. Killed it, like sunk it with some aerial torpedoes, and the aerial torpedoes put it down right there in the middle of the harbor bay. I guess it's the bay, and there it's sat since 1944, just sitting there, and you know, it's pretty amazing to see with the beautiful water around it, that this ship had seen so much action, and now it's just out of commission. And when you know the history behind some of the stuff, like all this is available online. I got it from online. When you know the history behind the stuff that you're looking at, it kind of makes it even more interesting. And I remember the first time I rode my motorbike through the island. I went around the corner here and I looked over and I said, wait, what the heck is that? I stopped and I searched on Google Maps and I could find it's the Hinkomaru, and then I asked some locals about it. They told me some stories, which is pretty cool. There's a sign. This is where the bus is picking me up. Excuse me. Sakaiura. Bus leaves once every like 2 hours. It's the bus stop. You can walk it. It's 30 minutes, but at this point, I'm just hungry and tired. It's been a long day. There's a sign for Sakaiura Beach. And then here's the bus schedule. And this live stream has a couple of meanings. One of them is to show you the Hinkomaru and then to show you the bus schedule. So the Ogasawara village bus, they call it, Ogasawara Mura toll bus. And let's see here, the schedule. It's kind of complicated, right? I know, the first time I looked at it, here's the schedule. The next bus is at 11:36, so in like 20 minutes. Not that many. It's kind of common out in the countryside. You get one bus every 2 hours or something like that. Last bus is at 6:41 p.m. The cost is 200 yen, or like $1.80. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait around for that. I'm just too tired. Last night I went out to Yankee Town, which is the local bar here, and this is where I got a lot of information about the trip from Yankee Town. Got to meet people. The fifth generation of the islanders here is probably the best generation, because they were here when the United States was here before the handover, and they speak pretty cool English and are just super laid back. And then the sixth generation, which is the generation that I would be in, so the fifth generation is my father's generation living here. They all speak English. They're all really laid back. They all used to have guns. They're kind of like Americanized in many ways, and then it all changed when they handed the island back in 1968. The island, Chichi-jima, is celebrating its 50th anniversary since it was handed back, and this is sort of a big year for the island. 50 years of being Japan. And when the island was part of the U.S. occupation, I guess you would call it, or just it had an address, San Francisco, California 96606, which is pretty amazing. I found some mailboxes with the address on it. Like, wait a second, did you steal this from San Francisco? No, this was the address here. Very weird. You can see a snorkeler making his way back to the beach. Just so clear, the water. Now, we had a torrential rainstorm, like a big, I say torrential, that's just a word that we use to make like massive. And then the rainstorm was one of these tropical showers. It came out of nowhere, just like boom, like rain like crazy. And I posted an Instagram story if you want to check it out, which is pretty neat to see. This beach looked different when it was all cloudy without the sun. It's harder to see that color with the water. Another snorkeler has gone the other direction. There was a nice guy down there from Australia, and he was snorkeling around the Hinkomaru, and he said that a couple of fish had bit him, and he asked me if they were poisonous, and of course they're not poisonous, but there are some fish that are breeding right now that are a little bit territorial, I think, and they're going to take nips at you. And he looked like he's going to live, but it's interesting to see that the fish will bite you back if you try to bite them or invade their area. You don't want to do that. There you go. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you. I'm going back today. The ship, the ferry back to Tokyo leaves at 3:30 p.m. So I have one more lunch in me. I'm going to do the closing of this episode on board the ship, and it's going to be pretty epic because there's the guy from Australia. I guess he did try to go back in there. You can see his head popping out. You see it? Yeah, he's here taking video too. He's staying where I stayed at Townhouse Mitsui. I stayed there my first couple of nights. Now he's staying there now. It's pretty interesting. So I'm going to walk over and show you a couple more things before... I can't see me! Mr. Potter says wave at him. He can't see me. There's a tunnel. There's a lot of tunnels in order to get back. This one's the longer one. I guess it takes me about 10 minutes to walk through that tunnel to get to the other side. And yeah, there you go. There's a panoramic of the bay. And you can see, there's some sea kayaks just beached. You can hire a guide and you can kayak out around the beach. You can kayak around the bay. It's pretty fun, but I just didn't have the time. I was doing other stuff. But it's amazing how clear the water is. You can see to the ground. Now, a little bit about the Hinkomaru, this as a snorkel site. The waters around it are between 3 to 5 meters deep. So you can, in the center of the boat, you can snorkel in the center of it. And there is a lot of marine life down there. There's a lot of fish swimming around the Hinkomaru. So it's like a really cool dive site. And if you've never ever dived a wreck before, it's kind of neat to see all the rusted bits and pieces of it all. But I loved reading. There's two people making their way out. Can you see on the bottom of your screen? I love the reading about the history of the Hinkomaru, like when it was built, and when it was bombed, and when it sank, and now it sits there. And now these snorkelers are going to go out there and get some. Yeah, there's a lot of marine life. There's a lot of marine life. Let me see if I put the wide lens on. Maybe you get a different view. Yeah, there you go. Did you swim at this beach or get drone footage? You're not allowed to launch the drone from land, but if you're on a boat, and you can take drone footage. So I have drone footage of this already because I was on a boat. So I came here just to swim and just to hang out a little bit, but the rainstorm came, so I ended up not swimming. But the thing is, with drone usage on the island, it's a World Heritage Site, so you can't actually launch the drone from anywhere on the island without a permit. And if you don't have a permit, then the best thing to do is to go on a boat and launch it from somebody's boat. And you get to use it just about anywhere, except the rules are that you can't, with drones, because it's a good question, with drone footage, 30 meters from houses, 30 meters from people, 30 meters from automobiles, and you can't go higher than 150 meters. And that's pretty much the rules. So just make sure that you're away from houses, peoples, and roadways. And I don't think you really need to go any higher than 150 meters anyways. That's like 400 feet or something, 450 feet. You usually don't have to go that high. But from the sky, you get an amazing aerial footage. When I took footage of this, and you'll see it in the main episode, I got the drone right over it, hovering, and then the best shot is, and then you just go up, all right? So from there, you just go up, and then you can see the entire ship come into view. It's really impressive because the outline of the ship is still very clear. And even from this live stream, you can pretty much see from the bits and pieces of it jutting out of the water, the outline of the ship. It's not a small ship by any means. It takes you, I don't know, like at least 20 minutes to snorkel around the thing. Yeah, PMX writes in, yeah, you can actually, if you did build a raft, you could go take your raft out there and you can fly your drone around. Just be careful, you're on a raft, and if your raft flips over, you're gonna lose more than just your drone. You're gonna lose, you know, whatever else you brought. So you be careful with your raft, PMX. I went out on the dive boat. I did, oh yeah, Diana's singing on a boat. I went out on a dive boat for 4 days, and when we had intervals, surface intervals, because you can't go diving right away, I would go and get my drone and fly that thing all over the place, and we got some amazing, and on an island like this, you don't want to fly it inland. You want to fly it on the sea to get the water with the land. So I don't know if it's as good as the Ogasawara drone shots. That was just crazy, but this is gonna be pretty tropical and pretty cool. I'm looking forward to editing it when I get back home. Hey, I saw Faye chime in here. Hey Faye, I hope you eat something good for lunch. Thank you. This is that's my last lunch here. I have been here for 10 days, and it's just been really magical, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting back because Kanai is super jealous that I've been here for this long, and she doesn't want me to enjoy myself anymore without her. It's a true story. So I'm gonna have to go back, and it's gonna be a fun ferry ride. I don't know if I'm gonna have a signal or if I'm gonna live stream the departure. That's gonna be at 3:30 p.m. I'm actually gonna be filming it for the main channel, so I might focus on just filming the boat and for the main channel, just filming it for that. I can't do live streaming and film for the main channel. So I might just focus on that. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but the boat's departing at 3:30, so if anyone is in Chichi-jima and you want to say goodbye, I'm doing a meetup at the pier at 3:30, and I'll be waving at you, and yeah, we can grab a bottle of water together. It's pretty cool. Oh, look, okay. So those bikes out there, those are these battery-powered bikes. I used them a couple of times. These come from town, but the ones out that if you rent them out here, they're green. That's the rival company. This one comes from the town. These Denki, the battery-assisted bicycles, we call Denshi Assisto, they're actually more expensive to rent than the scooters, if that makes any sense at all. I rented one bike, and per day, it comes out way more expensive. Like it's 30% more expensive to rent a bicycle with a battery than it is to get a scooter. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't know why. All right, bus, where are you? Wait for the bus. Wait for the bus, baby. Don't think it's gonna come. That's interesting. Do you see it right there? They got the whales on the side of the bridge. I knew there was one on the side too. That's pretty neat. They really respect the marine life here, so much so that they have statues and busts and signs and manhole covers and all sorts of things for the marine life. They really want to make sure that you know that this is in the middle of nature. Just like here on the sidewalk, there's one over there. Every I don't know, 20 meters or so, 100 feet, there's another one. This is a Nanyo Budai. What's a Nanyo Budai? I don't know. But you can sushi anything, I think. I tried to hitch a ride. A couple people stopped, but they weren't going the right direction. So I just walked here. This morning I walked from my hotel. It took 45 minutes. And it wasn't too bad of a walk, but the stinky thing is, and I mean it's stinky, I had to check out in order to come here, so I don't know how I'm gonna take a shower. It's gonna be stinky. You know how like you sweat all day and then, you know, you can't take a shower? That's what I'm doing today. Some of you might know. All right, the last thing I'm gonna leave you with before the bus comes is an island, a map of the island, because a lot of you might not have seen what it looks like. And it just happens to be a map right in the middle of nowhere at Sakaiura beach. All right, this is where the town is, up here on the north. It kind of looks like England, actually, the United Kingdom. The shape, except Scotland is drunk over and bends here. So the town is called Omura, and this is Higashimachi, Ogamiyama Park. There's a lot of stuff here, Ogasawara's visitor center. And I was staying at a hotel here, and I walked through the tunnel, around the bay, to here, and it took 45 minutes around. It's a nice walk. I wanted to go here today. That didn't happen. You have to take a motorbike. You can get the motorbike to here, and then this is a walking trail. And it's about a 2-hour walk, and I was gonna do it, but I just ran out of time. And it rained, so I was glad I didn't go. This part of the island is pretty much uninhabited, as I should say. It's completely jungle. And yesterday I was on Chuo. Where's Chuo-san? This is Chuo-san. Chuo meaning the middle. This is the middle of the island. This peak is the largest peak on the island. And from here, I looked back over here. It's just complete jungle. There's absolutely nothing there. Yeah. There's a dam. There's a waterfall. There's a couple of things, but for the most part, oh, there's also a JAXA downrange station, so they actually can monitor some of the JAXA activity here. And there's also a where the heck is it? There's another Vera, which is the National Astronomical Observation station is there. All right, the bus is coming. Hey, motorbike ある? 自転車? Motorbike. いいね. いいね. ないよ. Okay. 後でね. There you are.
What's going on?
You're live, actually. We're live. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm waiting for the bus now. Well, close enough, so.
It's almost here. I could see you swimming down there.
Oh, me, I went for round 2. I did decide.
I saw that. Yeah. I could
saw
see you down there.
People out there, so I thought I'm gonna do it. So.
Yeah. Did you talk to the other people?
No, but I actually got inside the ship and got some footage. So.
Oh, you got inside the ship.
Inside, yeah, I did.
Did the fish bite you again?
The fish were coming in force, but they I just got in and out and got my shot. So.
All right. You want to introduce your channel to the people?
I'm doing a video channel, Let's Do Japan. Just starting up, so I only got a few so far.
Let's do Japan.
Let's do Japan.
Yeah, check it out. All right. Where are you based?
Just Australia. I just travelled to Japan a lot.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. So the bus is on its way. I saw it pass us, actually.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Probably like one local bus that goes in and out.
Yeah.
How far? Do you know what the time?
It shouldn't be too long from now. Let's see if I got. They don't take Suica, by the way. Suica is the electronic money. It's a card. This is my Suica. I use the Ikoka, which is the Osaka version, because Osaka is pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, we still got 20 something minutes.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should just walk it or wait it. I'm at the point of no return. What I do know is that Ito-san is lucky because he's got a motorbike and he's gone. That's not fair. I can either walk it Allen, and then I would arrive at the same time as the bus arriving, or I can just wait here and do nothing. I can't, but if once I enter the tunnel, this live stream is finished. There's no Dempa inside the tunnel, I checked already. Dempa meaning a signal. But we can't hang out with the construction dudes. It's a hard job, you know, island life. Building stuff here, it's so hot, you don't really want to build anything. You just kind of want to let it rot. You can't do that. All right, guys, this has been fun. The Hinkomaru is the ship here at Sakaiura Beach. It's got a pretty neat little background history. It was in the invasion of Saipan, for anybody who knows anything about the Pacific War. But it didn't really have a lot of successes as a warship. It had more misses and more KIA than a lot of the other ships, and that's why I guess it sits here today. But it's an amazing snorkel site. You can get a view from it from here. Let me take this off for one last happy view of the Hinkomaru. There you go, and you see some snorkelers over there. I think you might be able to rent a house. It's hard because the residents don't sell the properties. You can't buy a house, but you can. The hotels are pricey, but there's no chains or anything like that here. There's no convenience stores. There's 3 ATM, I believe. So you can rent a house here, but it's very you got to know people, you know. You got to know people. Most people are tourists. Most people come for either 3 days because the ferry came on the 9th and it's departing on the 12th, or they'll come for two ferry cycles, which is what I did, which is 10 days, or they'll come for 5 days, which is I came on the 2nd and the boat left on the 5th. No, 3 days. So the boats will usually stay in harbor for 3 days. So that means if you do the day trip here, you can stay here for as little as 3 days. Or if you want to extend it, it's another week before the boat will come back and then depart. So it takes a lot of time. So you can either do 3 days or you have to do 10 days. There's no in between. So 3 days wasn't that enough. I had to do 10 days. So there you go, guys. Beautiful shot. Final scenes from an island that I love, Ogasawara's Chichi-jima. It has a very violent past from World War II, but it also has a really bright future because the sun here is just amazingly hot. And also it's got some of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. They call it the Galapagos of... Oh, this is a nice area. They call this the Galapagos of the East, and there's a reason why. The wildlife, the marine life is very natural, very innocent, and are curious of all people and all even though they're wild. So it is a pretty spectacular place to come and visit if you do come to Japan and you want to make the trip. I guarantee it that you will leave here not just more relaxed, unless you're making a bunch of YouTube videos. You'll leave here with an amazing experience and loads of pictures that look like this, with water that looks like this. It's just absolutely incredible. So have a good day, guys. I will see you maybe on the boat. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it, but I will be making an episode on it. Hit the like button if you like this kind of content. I'll see you later. Hit subscribe too. Bye-bye.